Hello and welcome to this very special episode on Mizoram as the beautiful state goes to polling on 28th of this month. For 40 assembly seats, several political parties have put a lot at stake. Even though principally the fight had so far remained between the Congress and the MNF, but this time you also have BJP, you have ZPM, a conglomeration of several organizations, both social and political, you have NPP and the rest. So what makes Mizoram this important? Its reputation which is at stake. This is the last Congress bastion in the Northeast and also the last state in Northeast that BJP is trying to wrest from the Congress either as a single party or in a form of alliance. In the next half hour, we will let you know every bit of politics brewing here and also issues that matter to people.
7.7 lakh voters will decide the fate of 209 candidates who are in the fray for 40 assembly seats in Mizoram. The Congress has been in power here for the last 10 years, winning 32 out of 40 seats in 2013. This man, the Chief Minister Lalthan Hawla, has a lot at stake.
Chief Minister Lanthanwala is currently holding a meeting with Congress workers and people of Champai South constituency, trying to communicate a very personal message as what all work Congress had done in the past for the development of Champai and the state at large. He's also trying to convey his plans for the youth of Mizoram as how many more colleges are going to come up in this very district and elsewhere. But his sources within the Congress are to be believed. They fear their numbers might just come down from 2013, could be between 20 and 25. Does it reflect a sense of fear for erosion, a sense of anti-incumbency? Even though Congress believes they would still be in a comfortable position to form government as a single largest party, as majority within the Mizoram Assembly, yet it's a huge responsibility now lying on the shoulders of the incumbent Chief Minister Lanthanwala, who is trying to retain the last bastion of Congress in Northeast, a region that had once traditionally voted for the Grand Old Party, the same region which has lately shown clear disconnect with the central leadership with Rahul Gandhi.
Of course, it is indeed a massive responsibility that has been burdened on us. But then we are trying our best to stand equal to it. And so we're fighting now. See, people say that in this state, Mizoram, no party has been in power for 3 consecutive times. And that is the only obstacle that they could mention for me for achieving the 3rd consecutive times. I told the people who comes to me and ask me, I have been telling them with confidence, with a lot of confidence that I'm just breaking that jinx.
Now we are at Rontlang in Champai South. Now Champai had been a traditionally Congress bastion. It had been a Congress citadel for very long, and for many reasons people believe that the sitting Chief Minister had chosen to contest the election from Champai South constituency this time is more like a safe bet. Last time in 2013 he had contested elections from 2 seats. One was Sirchup and the other one was Hang Truzo. Eventually he retained Sirchup, and this time too he's contesting from Sirchup as well as Champai South. So many are wondering, if you are confident of a comeback, why contest from 2 seats? Are there dearth of political candidates, Congress candidates? Now these are the questions Congress had been receiving from the opposition, primarily MNF, ZPM, BJP, NPP. But then Congress is very confident of a comeback for a 3rd consecutive term. As the Chief Minister says, he would be breaking the zincs. But will that be this easy? Even though the aroma of this mizo food is very tempting, it's filling in the air, but then there is always another question that is also filling in the air. What's going to happen? Who is going to come back? Who is going to come to power on 11th of December? It's something we have to wait and watch.
The Chief Minister is contesting from 2 seats, both presumably safe bets. They have been Congress strongholds even when the Mizo National Front had been in power on 3 occasions in the past. However, since 2008, the MNF has been struggling for resurgence. Zoram Thanga, the former chief minister, has tried every means in the past for a comeback, including becoming part of the BJP-led Northeast Democratic Alliance. But both parties are fighting separately in the state election.
Well, certainly, we are saying things against the BJP here in the Mizoram election. Because the ideology, we are quite different. We are a 100% Christian. And they want the Hindutva. So they are poles apart. But there in the center, when sitting there in the parliament, we sit together because 2 groups, they are there. It does not concern with the ideology of the party. Only then we sit together and consider about the welfare of the country as a whole. Here we are fighting even against the BJP ideologically, politically, and in the election also. Not only the BJP, the Congress and all other parties, because we are standing alone. In Mizoram, they cannot openly say that they are for the Hindutva. But now in the present world, everybody knows what is happening in Delhi through different medias and what the BJP leaders are saying. So they are not with the BJP as far as this ideology is concerned, and the same is with us.
Mizoram has always been a bipolar contest, but that's not the case anymore. The BJP has already expanded its footprint in the northeast and has Mizoram in its sights this time, contesting 39 out of 40 seats. Can it broaden its reach further beyond Assam, Arunachal Pradesh, Meghalaya and Nagaland, or will Mizoram continue to favour either the Congress or the MNF?
In March 2018, Nagaland Baptist Church Council had come up with a very strong advisory, asking people to choose between Trishul and the cross. An advisory that had shaken the very foundation of our constitution that believes in secularism. But the church had then argued that they had reasons to be apprehensive, alleging coerced or inducive conversions, alleging atrocities being committed against Christian people or minorities across the country under the BJP rule. Has Mizoram now gone the Nagaland way? As the church here, very important institution, has issued a similar advisory, asking people to vote very carefully, keeping in mind the interest of Christian community. The church here believes that if BJP is voted to power, it would mean Hindutva finding its way into this Christian-dominated state that might destroy the culture here. They also fear it would put their religious freedom, their faith, to test.
Recently, our Christmas Day is diluted by Good Governance Day. On the day of Christmas, the central government slated a Good Governance Day on Christmas Day. This hurt the heart of Mizo Christians.
The BJP here in Mizoram, they deny, of course, the connection between the BJP and the Hindutva movement. Here and there, they have been trying to make our people understand that BJP is just a political party, not a religious movement. True, of course, BJP is a political party, and on that level, we cannot just talk against the BJP also. But if it is going to be like in the other states in the mainland India, here also we will see very much the hidden agenda, which is trying to influence and take back the Christianity also to Hinduism.
With the church making such a strong advisory, what happens to the prospect of NEDA, Northeastern Democratic Alliance, if Congress is voted out of power and if MNF fails to become the single largest party? Even though MNF, NPP, BJP are all fighting independently, But what happens to the prospect of an alliance government with BJP if that's required? With Church making its aversion towards BJP very clear, will that also cost MNF their fortune?
They're trying to fool the people, but then the people can't be fooled. You can fool a few people but for some time, but they cannot fool the people all the time. Now, they are hand in glove with this BJP under NEDA. Everybody knows that. And Northeast Democratic Alliance. They are one of the members there as a regional party. And while they were trying to hide all these things, you see, surprisingly, truth cannot be hidden for long. So the Tripura Chief Minister sent some of his ministers, including one Chakma lady, and they have announced that the BJP and the MNF local unit has strong, partnership to fight the election.
If you walk down the streets of Aizawl, it hardly feels like election. There's no campaigning whatsoever, no bickering politics to say the least. It's only when top leaders of BJP and Congress descend here in Mizoram we get to see high decibel, high octane political campaigns. So what's happening so silently here in Mizoram? Both MNF and Congress are busy distancing themselves from BJP. That itself is a moral victory for BJP, a party which hardly present in Mizoram is now omnipresent in every political discourse. It has become quite prudent and quite important for every political party to distance itself from BJP, given the fact it's a Christian majority state and all the parties are trying to retain their pro-Christian credentials. Time for us to slip into a very short break, but our focus on Mizoram continues on the other side.
The Prime Minister has campaigned in the Chakmai region. The choice of place makes it clear that the two seats here, Tui Chang and West Tuipui, are being targeted closely by the BJP.
कांग्रेस का इतने वर्षों का शासन गवाह है कि इसके लिए आपकी भावनाएं, आपकी उम्मीदें, आपकी आकांक्षाएं कोई मायने नहीं रखती.
What's making the BJP confident this time? The year 2018 has also witnessed the rise of the Mizoram People's Movement, a non-Congress, non-MNF alternative in the state. In such a multipolar election, vote splintering is unavoidable.
Mizoram has never voted for one party beyond 2 consecutive terms. MNF had ruled in the past and Congress completes its second consecutive term in 2018. That's what possibly gives BJP a lot of hope to gain further ground in this northeastern state. But what is NPP doing here? A party which is ruling in Meghalaya, also present in Arunachal Pradesh, for the first time foreign into Mizoram. A party was formed in August 2018 and in 2 months' time contesting election here in Mizoram for as many as 9 seats. Many fear NPP is acting as a B team of BJP, only targeting or aiming at vote splintering. Because if there is vote splintering, it might help BJP, also can help MNF, which otherwise is in alliance with BJP at the central politics level.
Certainly we are not against BJP. But then again, what I'm saying is this, is that we hope, we also, our party, will make our own decision. And considering, first of all, we'll examine what are the ground reality, what are the things. Then after that, we'll make our decision. What I've said doesn't mean that we'll go against the BJP's decision of going to this. Definitely we are part of NEDA. I mean, I'm not denying that. And it has got certain implication as far as being part of the NEDA. That is, and MNF is also part of NEDA. So all those things are, they will take all those considerations. But again, as I said, again, it is whether that works out to the right arithmetics or not. That is very crucial.
The
The Congress has reasons to worry because the BJP has consistently built strategic and successful alliances in the northeast. It won Assam outright, formed a government in Manipur and has been part of coalitions ruled by senior partners in Nagaland and Meghalaya.
Move towards the NDA and form the government with the BJP.
Mizoram was in the spotlight this election season, with protests breaking out in the capital Aizawl. More than 50,000 people were out on the streets demanding the removal of the chief election officer in the state. Following days of unrest, the Election Commission of India finally intervened, replacing the chief election officer S.B. Shashank. At the heart of these protests is the contentious matter of the voting rights of the Bru, a displaced Mizo tribe who have settled down in Tripura. This amid fears of the BJP seeking to influence them.
The Bru leaders were invited to Delhi, and the Brus were invited by the RSS people, and that they are going to win them over to their principles and all that. I don't know how far this is true, but then there are so many allegations in the local press also that the RSS did invite the Bru leaders outside Mizoram, and that they are being, compelled to embrace Hindutva.
The issue of the sale of liquor has also dominated the political discourse here. Both the MNF and the ZPM have promised complete prohibition if voted to power, claiming that alcoholism has led to the loss of many lives. The Congress party had legalized liquor consumption in 2015, but had introduced a permit system. Each permit allows 10 bottles of beer and 6 bottles of Indian-made foreign liquor per person per month.
So you won't sell? Huh?
No, they won't sell without card. You've got to have a card to buy.
If I'm an outsider?
Yeah.
Oh, I still have to have a card.
Yes.
Where do I find the card from?
Well, you go upstairs and you can borrow a card.
A Times Now investigation exposes the dirty truth of how rules can be bent and the permit system tampered by those wanting to buy alcohol.
We are making 340 from this. 340.
The Mizoram election will be fought on multiple issues. As far as the number of contestants in the fray is concerned, it's no longer status quo. But what about the outcome?
Mizoram has a message for all the political parties contesting election, loud and clear. Do not forget the people and their issues after being voted to power. As me and my camera person Suraj Pandey sign off from Mizoram, all eyes will now be on December 11 as who gets to rule this assembly. Will it be a single party or a fractured assembly? Be with Times Now as you get you the election results first, fast and accurate.